Time now for my daily interview series, Money Talks. And today I'm joined by Monica Lagercrantz, the co-founder and CEO of Boardclic. That's a software platform which evaluates boards of directors, CEOs and management teams. Monica's got years of experience of corporate headhunting, that is, searching for senior staff. But she felt that during the search and hiring process, lots of valuable data and feedback was being wasted. And that's why she set up her business, Boardclic, in 2018. So here she is to talk about her business, about boardroom bust-ups and the search for top corporate talent. It's Monica Lagercrantz, my latest guest on Money Talks. Monica, great to have you with us. Thanks for coming into the Money Talks studio. Now, you're well known in the sphere of headhunting. You've worked for some of the big corporate headhunters. A lot of my viewers won't know what headhunting is. It sounds a bit gory. Just tell us what it is briefly.
Okay, it's you really look for the best leaders, the top leaders, and you go hunting, and you do that very selectively, and you know always what you look for. So you have sort of a map, you can say. And it's not about recruitment, it's really about pinpointing the profiles, the leaders you really want to speak to.
So it's like a very, very, very sophisticated corporate dating agency, because you're having to approach people who are already in some quite big, important jobs.
Absolutely.
And if their colleagues knew they were being approached, stock markets might start going bananas and so on.
Yep.
So there's lots of intrigue, there's lots of skill. But as you say, you learn an awful lot about the people involved, even if you don't end up hiring them for a particular post, right?
Right, totally. So, of course, and so you become sort of a data mining place yourself.
Yeah.
And you know a lot about people, you get to know a lot about businesses. And I have to say, you also get sort of influenced by all these great and interesting people you speak to.
So we have many entrepreneurs here on The Money in this Money Talk slot, and it's great to have you with us today. I always ask entrepreneurs, what made you an entrepreneur? You had a fantastic job. I won't mention it, but you worked for really the top headhunters in Europe, really, and you were a very senior and well-known person. Couldn't you have just stayed there? You had a nice job, a nice salary. What made you want to risk your reputation above all, but also your livelihood, by striking out on your own?
I could definitely have stayed, and most of my colleagues are still there. I have been all my life an entrepreneur without really knowing it, because I was that already when I was a headhunter with these large firms. So, but then, after a number of years, I spotted this opportunity. I like to improve things. And I noticed certain things in business and with people in business that made me think this could be done much better. And I can't refrain from going that path when I spot it. So, and I also like to do challenging things, I like challenges.
So when you were engaged in these searches for senior executives, men and women, across all different sectors, finance or manufacturing or the arts or public sector, whatever it was, you'd learn lots and lots about people that might not be instantly relevant. So what does Boardclic do to kind of hoover up all that often confidential information? How do you then make that available in a way that doesn't breach the confidences upon which your business depend?
So
Sorry, I like asking tough questions.
It's a long question as well. So Boardclic, in the first place, Boardclic is an analytics platform that enables CEOs and boards to build better companies, sustainable companies. And what I noticed was that we all, as headhunters, we look for the best talent, top talent, the best leaders, the greatest and the best. And but then when you have all these fantastic, most often fantastic people in place, I picked up so many, actually too many comments from these professionals that made me think that if only all of this would come in light and would be known to the owners, to the chairman, to the CEO, there would be much more value created, basically.
Yeah.
So that's why I created Boardclic. And it's not about breaching confidentiality in any way. It's like having something now in the market that it's much better than what it used to be, because adding data, adding technology to what we used to do, consulting in the boardroom, does really give businesses and owners much more value. And it's time efficient, it's cost efficient, it's fact based, and it's all about transparency in business these days. And with data and technology and a platform like Boardclic, you offer transparency to the very top. And it's important to know and understand that you set the tone from the top in businesses.
Now, you've worked a lot across different countries in Europe and elsewhere, Monica, but most of your professional life has been, I think it's fair to say, focused on the UK. What do you think about the amount of corporate talent we've got here in the UK, both homegrown, if you like, and imported? People have come from all over the world to work, not just in London, of course, but in Manchester, Sheffield, our big cities, up in Scotland and Wales too. How do you judge the level of corporate talent we've got here in the UK? What can we do to improve our business leadership?
Wow.
There's lots of people who don't like their boss, you know. A lot of people don't like their boss.
To improve, I think you have very good talent, as all countries. Probably encouraging people to go for jobs and positions that they are very passionate about. I always believe, and I'm convinced, you do a better job if you're passionate. So align the jobs, I mean the offers, and also from the people's perspective, that they go for positions that they are really passionate about. I think then you create much more value. But it's also a fact in the UK, as everywhere else, that the power is moving from the employer to the employees. So being a young, ambitious, not only young, but everyone, by the way, today you really have the power. So, and that's why the boardroom is full of discussions about how to retain talent and how to attract talent, retain the ones we want to retain. And so I think the power is already there. I mean, in the UK as everywhere else.
Last question, Monica. So somebody I know well, Helena Morrissey's a well-known female financier. She's been heavily involved with fund management in her career. She's now in the House of Lords. She's campaigned for many years for more women to be on boards. That's clearly improved enormously, certainly in the FTSE 100, the leading sort of 100 UK-listed firms, the biggest firms anyway. Do you think our boardrooms are diverse enough? Clearly there's more female representation. We're working on getting more ethnic representation. Have we got enough socio-economic representation? Or is, at the very top, is the UK, when it comes to corporate leadership, is it still a bit of a closed shop?
I think it's both, to be really honest. I think diversity is great, but then I mean diversity of mind. Indeed. Absolutely.
Couldn't agree more.
Because that gives
an experience.
The debate. Yeah, it gives a good debate before you make decisions. So if you have it enough in the UK, I think partly, but it could definitely improve, as in all countries. But then again, diversity of minds.
We fully agree. Monica Lagercrantz, fantastic to talk to you, and good luck with Boardclic. I'll be watching what happens, and you're welcome here on the show. Thanks for being my latest guest on Money Talks.
Thanks.
That was Monica Lagercrantz. She's the CEO and founder of Boardclic, and my latest Money Talks guests. Lots and lots of Money Talks encounters on my Money Talks podcast, on the GBNews YouTube channel and app.